right, we've been getting together here for many, many years to talk about the early days of single sideband, how it all got started back there in 1951 when Wes Shum started the Central Electronics Company in the basement of his house in Chicago. He put together a little radio called the 10A, and sometimes I have one of those here on the air. Right now I'm on something that came along in the later 50s called Cheap and Easy SSB, when a guy built an appraising type exciter in the chassis and case of a BC 458 World War II airplane transmitter. And this is one of those right now, built by KG7TR Mike in Arizona, and he built a companion vacuum tube receiver to go with it. So if we're not exactly right by today's standards, give us a little elbow room. This is how we got here from where we were way back then, and we're still interested in doing that, and we offer advice to those of us who would like to follow in our footsteps, and parts are available here. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn in Austin. I got K8WOZ top of my list. Talk to us, Dan.
Oh, man, boy, how'd they get in the front of the list like that? Good evening, Lynn. There's Jay, Doug, and all the aficionados here, and all the guys that get this old crap working. This is Dan, K8WOZ, in the middle of Houston, where we got about an inch of rain today, and talking on first scene, Kenwood TS830 with the matching 230 VFO, which is right on the dot always. Matching speaker and tuner and MC50 microphone, driving a homebrew pair of 813s, about 900 and maybe 950 watts tonight, something like that. And that's it. We're just working on a couple old receivers here and gradually getting a little bit of noise out of them. So maybe with the help of Lynn's tunes, they'll be showing some real signals here in another week or so. That's it from here, Lynn. Thanks for putting me in, but you didn't have to do me first.
Well, you're pretty busy with things and need to get head of the line sometimes, Dan. Hey, those tubes, those 6-volt metal tubes you're fixing to get, is that for a broadcast radio or ham radio? What's that going to go in?
It's a Helicopter's ham radio, but it's got broadcast bands, general coverage.
Okay. Yeah, those are World War II tubes there. So they certainly they have a place here. All right, great to hear you, Dan. Beautiful signal. TXW neighbor, talk to me, George.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net. For the finest hour of amateur radio for the week from WB5TXW Austin. On the S line, 32S175S330L1. Yep. The relays are all working out to the dipole in the side yard in the woods. As simple as you can get, and it all seems to be working just fine. Over.
Sounds great as usual. Any new projects on the works you're in?
No, just taking care of business. Over.
Yep. That's all in a day's work for sure. Been sounding good. Okay, moving on down the list. I haven't got very many early, so I will pick up 3 or 4 people here. KC5L. Hey, Tom, you still hanging out down there?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here, talking on the Central Electronics 200B with the D104 microphone. And it's driving the Magic 600L amplifier, doing about 350 watts to a Johnson KW Matchbox, and a homebrew doublet at about 15 feet in the center. And we're listening on the R390A. And that's about all I have this evening. You're cheap and easy, sounding great, as usual. Back to you, Lynn, KC5L.
Okay, Tom, you're sounding great, too. I'm hoping to join you on Central Electronics. I got that warmed up over there, but there's so many relays, they have a little trouble getting their act together in terms of throwing all at the same time. So after stuff warms a little bit more, I'll try to join you on Central Electronics here if I get a second shift. Good to hear from you. Okay, AG5XP. Kenneth, what's going on?
Hello, Dan, and everybody else out there. This is Kenneth, AG5XP up here in Brownwood. Tonight we're on the old Collins KWM2A, 30L1 amplifier, and the 312B, doing the speaker B and the watt meter and all that good stuff. Got it going up 2040 East Kit tuner to a homebrew G5 already antenna, and that's what we got up there just waiting on the rain, and all I can do is hear the static at the moment. Back to you, AG5XP.
You know, Kenneth, most of us sound a little bit different when we go from one radio to the next, but your stations, you do such nice work. Everyone sounds exactly alike, whether you're on the Collins S line or the Heathkit SB10 or all those. How do you do that?
I guess if you sound crappy on one, you sound crappy on all, but no, I guess I'm just lucky, I guess. Gotta get them tuned up like it's supposed to be, and that's what we get.
Well, I hope you share that knowledge, because most of us are not that good at it. Nicely done. All right, KE5GNZ, Ray.
Good evening, Lynn, and everybody else out there on the net. This is KE5GNZ down here in Angleton. The band's starting to get a little noisy for me down here. It was pretty quiet a little earlier, but still hear everybody real good. Tonight we're on Kenwood TS820S with the MC50 microphone, and we're going into the Kenwood TL922 amplifier that we've modified with 8877 tube in it, and all that goes out into a inverted V up about 45 feet up in the air. KE5GNZ, back to net.
Very nicely done. Keep it up. Okay, let's see. There may be other earlies that I did not get on my cheat notes here when I was trying to tune up a radio. So are you an early waiting to be picked up? If so, let me know. Let me hear who's out there. All right, maybe not. Who'd like to check in with us? I'm listening.
Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Quebec Mike.
Golf Quebec Mike, talk to us.
Hey, good evening, Lynn. You sound great. I'm fighting the static factor tonight. It's pretty noisy out here in Mason. But everybody sounds pretty good over the static. And I'm on my regular TR3 tonight, barefoot, with a 80 NCA microphone, and MN2000 great tuner, and my regular Inspin Athlete. And I can go visit with Dan a bit. I've got a couple of old receivers on my bench right now as well. In fact, I was tentatively hopeful I was going to be kind of listening in tonight on a Super Pro 200. I had it up and running and was hoping to button it all back up today, and now it seems like I got a power supply issue. Anyway, I've got several of those on the bench I'm working on, and I've also got a couple of Central Electronics transmitters that I'm hoping to bring forward on the net here in the next few months as I get them running. Back to you, Lynn.
Okay, Barry. Well, two questions for you. One, you've done such beautiful work on that TR3, putting that TR4 crystal in it. Have you talked to any of the other Drake people that are up on the other bands, 40 meters and 20 meters? There's a couple of the nets out there, and I don't know if they know that you did that so nicely. Over.
I have tried to check in on the Drake net before. It's usually a little out of my reach in terms of my antenna. I don't have an app, so I haven't been able to connect with those guys. I have talked about it a bit on their group on the internet, and I'm still looking for another TR4 that is beyond the point where it can be repaired, because I need another set of sideband filters from my other TR3s. If anybody has a TR4 or TR4C that doesn't look like it's going to be able to be resurrected and wants to part it out, I'd be interested in some more sideband filters.
Well, now, you're not going to take that filter out of that one that you did such nice work on, are you?
Negative, Lynn. I've still got another TR3 here that needs sideband filters.
Okay, because you're still the only guy I know that's ever done that. When I looked at it, I thought, uh-oh, I can't face this music. And you did it, so nicely done. All right, Barry, great to hear you. All right, who else is out there? K5LYN listening.
AI5OS.
Okay, OS, hang on a minute. Go ahead, Jay.
Yes, sir. Barry, would you be interested in a pristine L4B?
Yeah, I probably would be. Depending on the price, I guess.
Okay, we can talk later. I've got one, and it needs to find a home.
All right, well, yeah, I can definitely, I like my Drake stuff and got quite a bit of it here, so it would fit right into my shack. Over.
Roger, roger. All righty. Thank you, sir. We'll get with you later, one way or the other. Let me get back to the net. Thank you, Barry. KM5QS.
Okay, KF5OS, talk to us.
Hey, good evening. I'm tonight on the Flex 6500, so certainly not a boat anchor, but I love them. I do have a Drake 1A here in the shack that I'm hoping to finally get restored and everything, see what that'll sound like. And who knows, we might get another boat anchor station back up in here at some point, just because we love the sound of those old tube-type radios there. Anyway, this is AI5OS, back to net.
Okay, Justin, and you're on my list. We have not forgotten. Many things have been happening over here. And by the way, your 1A, that is probably the single most collectible piece of Drake equipment that exists in the world. I've got one over here, and we'll take a look at that. Give me this week. Maybe we'll get that cabinet over there to you. Over.
Hey, you take all the time you need, Lynn. That's not a problem. I understand what you got going on. Not a worry at all.
Yeah, selling the last of our Bastrop County property where we used to have 3 houses down to 1 house, and I'm trying to lift that one. I'm going to give that to Elon Musk maybe. But I can't compete with his services the cost of services that we have over there now in Bastrop County. So it's got to go. All right. Hey, I guess I've talked enough, Justin. I'll be in touch with you. Jay, you want it? Maybe if we all get on you, everybody will be on the frequency. Talk to us, Jay, K5LYN.
All righty. Let me see what we can do here. I got a couple more. Well, no, I've only got one more that you missed because JWA was just checking in for the count. So I'm going to put a check mark by his name. And then there was Freddie, W5, Fox, Tango, Fox. Freddie, are you there? Well, maybe he'll have it warmed up by the time we get down the road. Hey, looking for check-ins for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net this evening? Come now.
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta.
Kilo Fox 5, Oscar Zulu, question mark?
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta.
Oh, Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima. Oh, OLD. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, is my signal that bad?
No, it's just a little noise on the band. You're coming up, though. It's still daylight.
I usually wait till a little later so it comes through a little better, but I thought I'd try earlier today.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You came up. I can understand you fine now.
I'm using the same old modern radio here. We checked the wattage on it, and we got it up to 89 watts today. Hopefully it sounds better. We just got the wire on the fence and had to check it, make sure the animals didn't eat it. And one of these days I'll get the other radio going.
Okay, John. That's it's up and down a little bit. Still daylight, but it's working.
Good deal. So y'all have a great evening. 73 KC5 OLD.
All righty. See you later, John. KM5QS. All right. Anyone else for the boat anchors? Come now. This may be a short net. Anyone, anywhere?
KBWOZ.
Oh, hello, Perry. Come on down.
Hey, good evening, Jay. Glad to be able to hear you. Band's in terrible shape up
here. My God, it's noisy. Being on these boat anchors don't help a bit. Anyway, let's see where it's got as usual. We're on the SB 102 East Kit here, using a D104 microphone with a Shure cartridge in it. And we're driving the SB 200 up a little about 1,200 watts. So anyway, and out to my off-center fed 75-meter antenna. And let's kind of start here. Boy, oh boy, it's noisy. You guys, thanks for being here. And I know it's a little rough trying to hear everybody. So anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll ride along, KB0. You know that.
All right, Perry, good deal. 100% copy. It's even though it's early in the evening, it's good. It's that Joel Heathkit stuff's working good for you. I forgot to say what I was on. Of course, I'm on a modern rig because my plans had to change. I was going to put my 830 on tonight and compete with Dan, but I got to do a little work on it. So I'm on a 990 and an Alpha 9500. That's why Perry can hear me. So. Anyway, all right, that's what I'm doing. Is there anyone else for the net before I pass it to Doug?
AI5AM.
Oh, hello, John. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, and everybody on the net. It's been a while since I checked in, but been pretty busy, so it's good seeing you in Belton. Not really on a boat anchor tonight. Well, I'm on a 756 Pro 3 and my homemade end fed. And it works pretty good. So, anywho, just wanted to check in, say hi, and I'll probably be back in here later on after the net. So, back to you, Jay. Thanks for doing the net. AI5AM.
Okay, John. That for an icon, that sounds great. No, excuse me, I didn't mean it that way. You're sounding really good tonight. Okay. Thank you, John. Anyone else for the boat anchors? Hey, Doug, you want to take a shot? You might be able to reach some of them over that way.
Well, while you're coming in here, Jay, good grief. Man, you get the Concrete Bicycle Award. There was some QR Bravo. Lynn faded right out, but he came back strong. For sure, and yeah, Ray is also probably actually the strongest station so far. He's about plus 35 to 40. Here in Bryan, Texas, my name is Doug, Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo. Tonight I'm on the latest system here in the shack. It's a Swan 700 TX, and I'll push the max button on the bird. Lottery number generator, 419 watts PET. So that's probably all you can ask for out of the 700. That's 60% efficient. It's about what anybody gets these days out of the old tube stuff. And if anybody has any questions on any antennas along with 5-cell trade requests, we have a lot of good people here with a lot of good experience with very simple wire antennas for this frequency, for sure. So that's it. Barefoot, 400 plus watts, dome it up, probably 120-foot RG 213 up to a piece of cutting board, Corian spreader bar, and a couple of pieces of 14-gauge insulated strand of wire, as if it matters. Tuned for this frequency. So there you go. So I'll take any further check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net. My name is Doug, WB1E. Come now. Check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Whiskey Alpha 5, David Edward X-Ray. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to write it down. I'm just repeating what I heard. Sometimes I don't hear too good. Go ahead.
Yeah, Edward David X-Ray. I think you've worked with me before, Doug. This is Byron down here in Bluffdale, Texas. Tonight we're barefoot on Kenwood 820S. Up at Inverted D, about 35 feet, MC50 mic. So this is the same Kenwood that I've had audio complaints on the last couple of nets. So this time I have changed the IF board out, and so I would like some critical comments on the audio. See if it's distorted like it was last week, or hollow, or bassy, or whatever the complaint was. I wondered how it sounds tonight, Doug. Over.
Well, I think it sounds fantastic, and whatever problem there was, you 100% addressed it and cured it, Byron. Awesome. You did a great job, and I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for giving me a chance to critique your audio, and it sounds as good as I've ever heard you. And I was off frequency when I heard you the first time. I didn't really know who it was, but once you told me, I kind of woke up. So I guess I've been sleeping pretty good lately. All right, well, back to you, Byron, and welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. Good job on the Kenwood, over.
I agree, way better.
Okay, well, I'm going to recheck in about 5 minutes with the original IF board back on it, and original IF board with the crystal filter changed out on it. I think it still has a problem, but I'm going to let y'all be the judge. So talk to you in 5 or 10 after all the check-ins have been made.
There you go. We'll stand by. All right. Yeah, thanks, Slim, for jumping in. All right, so that's the Boat Anchor Net, the latest update from one of our repair technicians in the field. So, all right, more check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net. My name's Doug. Come now.
K0IEI.
Okay, I've got K0IEI. Stand by. The next one, please. You guys kind of double.
KC5WLS.
Okay, got 2 on the list. 2 hot ones. K0IEI. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. Over.
Good evening from Woodway. This is Jim, K0IEI. Tonight we're running the Kenwood 530 with a D104 microphone into a dipole antenna about 35 feet in the air. That's it from here. The band is kind of rough tonight, but we're copying pretty good all the way around. Over.
Jim, that radio sounds fantastic. You're doing a great job over here in Bryan. So far it seems that the propagation's improving, probably like it was on 20 meters today. It's pretty nice, actually. But yeah, Jim, you're really slamming here in Bryan, Texas, and sounding great. Anything else for the net, sir? Over.
No, I think that's about it. We may have something later, but that's it for now. Thanks for doing the net.
Okay, look forward to you checking in next time. All right, KC5WLF. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. Over.
Hey, Roger, thank you, and thank you for presenting it this evening. This is Jimmy, KC5WLF, over here in Cedar Park, northwest of Austin. That's over there. Austin's over there. I'm in Cedar Park. But anyway, I'm coming to you this evening on a TS530S, and it's one that I was told that the audio was wavering and they could hear AC hum on it, and I pulled it out of line and ordered the capacitors and replaced them, and I'm hoping that it fixed it there. But right now it's showing about 80 watts peak on modulation and into a dipole antenna only about 20 feet in the air. This is Jimmy, KC5WLF, back to the net.
Yeah, okay, Jimmy. Hey, quick question. Across those capacitors that you replaced, if you put 2 test leads, like from your, it's going to have to be a high impedance meter. Well, that's all we got these days. I wouldn't use the deflecting needle meter. I'd use a digital meter and read the AC component across that DC cap, preferably as it's loaded and drawing current on that power supply, and look at what kind of spikes, AC voltage spikes you see, not DC, AC. And it's only probably going to be hopefully less than a volt, maybe a couple volts. It's always good to know that's the true way of telling the health of your power supply capacitor, something that you're going to draw a lot of current from. I'm sure you know that. I'm just mentioning it. A lot of people don't. They just say, well, if it's humming, I'll replace them. Sometimes that's not the issue. To sniff it out is really easy if you measure the AC component on the DC power supply line. So I'm sure you knew that. I just thought I'd mention it, but I don't hear any hums. But now this receiver is not done living on the bench, so I'll just say that. I'm probably not the best one to say you got no hum, so I'll say I can't hear it. So back to you, Jimmy. Anybody else that wants to jump in?
Okay, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just talking barefoot on it, so hopefully it's doing a pretty good job. I've got a Yaesu FL 2100 Bravo that I'm going to put in line with it as soon as I find room on the bench. I'm still scratching my head. But anyway, okay, I appreciate it. And you might let me know, is this old MC50 sounding okay? And I'll get back on the side here. TC5 WLF, back to the net.
Yeah, okay, Jimmy. Hey, Jay or Lynn, what do you think of his modulation? Not really. My receiver here is not set up to get much more than lightning noise tonight.
Well, I thought it had a little bit more highs in it than usual, and I like it. I like it that way. Sounds okay to me, Doug.
Yeah, it's just he's a little light here, but it's understandable, no problems. You're up the band just a hair. That might be problem why you're not copying him too good.
Okay. Yeah, Jimmy, I think it's okay. Like I said, my receiver is for some reason everybody's 60 over, it seems. So I got the RF gain down to about 10% off zero, and but that's just the night with the lightning. That's just the way to be. Set your radio up during these lightning storms we have on the radio band. So I think you got it, Jimmy, and sounds good. Good job on the 530 and the capacitor replacements for sure. All right, well, moving down the list. Hey, there's nobody. Next person could be you. So let me know. Let me know what you're doing. If you got interest, boat anchors, you don't have to be on a boat anchor, but we're taking further check-ins to the boat anchors net. Come now.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-ray, recheck.
Yeah, go ahead, Byron.
Okay. Sounds like the check-ins are winding down, so I want to see how this original IF board sounds. I haven't changed anything, but swapped out the IF board back to the original IF board with a different crystal filter, different sideband filter on it. So, how does the audio sound on this board, guys?
I think it sounds the same as the last one.
It might be a little bit more bassy, and I didn't think it was quite as clear, but it's okay. That's kind of my impression, Doug.
Yeah, maybe a little buttery, but I didn't know how you guys take that.
I think the other one was better myself, but...
Yeah, I think I like the other one better.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the impression I got too. But I do think the crystal filter helped this board out quite a bit compared to last week. Oh, it's okay. It's very good.
Yeah, I've been pulling them around with some silver micas and some variables over here. I think I'm finally getting it on these swans there. They're up there.
Okay, 73s, that's all.
All right, thanks for checking in, Byron. We always got your back. No problem. Glad to give you a report anytime. All right, this is Doug, WB1E, and I'm running the Boat Anchors Net, what's left of it, and we always like to run right up to about 8 o'clock. Many times we run over, so by no means is it the end of the Boat Anchors Net. We're all sitting back having a good time and waiting for you to check in. So with that, I'll say this is WB1E. My name is Doug, and I'm taking more check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net. So that's the best way I can bounce the bait.
To what?
the best way I can bounce the bait. So, how loud is this thing, Jay? I'm on barefoot tonight. Over.
Oh, you're loud. I wasn't looking at the signal, but go ahead.
Okay, let's see how many. Oh, good grief! Yeah, it's telling me I'm over theoretical limit. So 500 watts at least. So out of the Swan 700, I think I got no more RF deck problems. So yeah, Jay, you're just obliterating the stuff down here.
Well,
anyway,
you're 20 over down here, no problems at all.
And release the floor to
I'm
the rest of the crowd.
17.
It's been great. Jay, as usual, great helping out on the boat anchor net. So I'll sit back and listen a while. WB1E.
Want me to talk, Doug?
Oh, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, K5LYN, Lennon Austin returning. Yeah, for those that might not understand what we're doing here, not all vintage radios are transceivers. And I've got a separate transmitter and receiver, and not always easy to get them on exactly the right frequency. And even the transceivers from vacuum tube days often have as many as 3 oscillators. A crystal oscillator where the signal is generated, another crystal oscillator to put that signal on the different hand bands, then a third variable frequency oscillator to move it up and down that band. So with all those oscillators oscillating against each other, it's kind of tricky to get it exactly right by today's standards. So give us a little elbow room out there if we don't get it quite right here on radios that go back 50 years or so. All right, who else wants to talk vintage radio? K5LYN on the cheap and easy SSB from QST in the 1950s. I'm listening. Well, maybe those storms are taking some people off the air. This is a smaller crowd than we've been having. We've been almost an hour the last few weeks. And by the way, the fellow that records our net regularly, he's busy with his kids here lately. He's got some recordings, but he hadn't had a chance to post them to the net yet. I always look forward to that. One last call from me, and if nobody wants to talk to me, I'll give it to Jay and Doug one more time, and we'll call it a day. K5LYN. Anybody else out there? Well, Jay, why don't you make some wise comments there, and we'll pass this thing around the table one last time. Shooter Miss Rusty, you been in touch with him?
No, I haven't heard from him, but I think Doug said that he just needs to get his tower or get another tower put up. And I thought he was going to pick one up at Belton, but I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did or not, so I'm not sure. Maybe someday he'll be back. You never can tell. Anyway, we're still on the Boat Anchors Net and looking for any late check-ins. If we missed you, you were out of the room, you had to go open another cerveza or something, but now you're back and you want to check in, and that could even account for Freddie. FTF, are you back in here now? Nope, guess Freddie's not back. Anyone else want to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited tonight? Come now.
Yeah, somebody was in there.
I'm sorry, say again. I think I doubled.
There was somebody that you doubled with, Jay. Any more check-ins? Jay's looking for check-ins.
Yeah, I just was going to comment about Rusty there. You know, we need to tell him I just hung my antenna from the eave of my house, and folks are hearing me. He could do that too. Back to you, Doug.
Yeah. Well, I told him. I mentioned okay, Jay. I mentioned about the flat V-beam. It's a great antenna. It's 50 ohms. It's 90 degrees. It's two 67-foot pieces of wire and a 90-degree flat about 30 feet off the ground. I mean, I did it with 6 pieces of electrical conduit, and it worked great. And I actually moved it from my residential place out here to the country, the same exact antenna, and it worked great. No balun needed, so that's 50 ohms. If it's 90 degrees, it's just a flat wire. You can bring the elements down to the ground. I'd say down to maybe 5-6 feet above the ground, and just cut them for the frequency you need. In this case, for this, 67 feet if they're still elevated. And I always run that thing out. So you start off center fed, and so. Anyway, all right. Well, if there's any last check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net, come on, bring it on.
Well, a follow-up comment it, Doug. When I lost this antenna for the second time, and I hung it under the eave of my house, it worked fine as long as I did that. But if I left the branch of the dipole that was connected to the shield laying on the ground, it didn't. So we need to get it at least 10 feet off the ground, right?
Oh, hey, let me tell you, I pulled the ground wire off my Valiant, and I was 12 feet away from my main station, and that just threw the whole shack in an array. But that was before I got serious about investing in copper.
Yeah, we'd be surprised whatever works, and we don't know until we try.
Exactly. I put another chassis on top of my one radio that I was having RF in the shack with, and that shielded it, and so that showed me right there. I just shielded the problem. Yeah, took care of it. It's just all of a sudden, you got to keep changing stuff up, I guess. All right. Well, yeah, Rusty said he needs to get a new tower, and he had a line-on one, maybe like I don't know if it was when Jay was saying or not, but he was saying that part of his was, I guess, aluminum, and he had a lot of other stuff up there. So his 75-meter wire antenna was just attached to the main antenna structure. So he just needs a place to tie his antenna to. I think he's replacing 2-meter stuff and a main tower. So in any event, he says that 60 feet or something like that. So in any event, it'll take quite a project, I imagine, to replace that. But I just bought a board from him and had him on the phone the other day, and that's what he told me. So maybe I'll send him an email and tell him, I thought I was going to try and see if I could put an antenna together and put it on a piece of paper and write, this is not my antenna, it's your antenna. Anyway, WB1E, I'll listen out, guys, 73 to all.
Might work, Doug. And 73 to the group, K5LYN. See everybody on this frequency next week.
Yes, sir. Thank everybody for participating. All your rigs sounded good this evening. Good communications. Good over at KM5 QS Audio 73s, and we'll see you later.